Hello, goddesses. Welcome to week 6 of our goddess journey. Still in month 2, Durga. And this week we're building fierce determination. This is the week where we stop waiting to feel like it and we practice showing up with devotion, but without turning our lives into a harsh boot camp. Think warrior energy with a soft heart. Understanding the forces that shape us, cycles and nature and sacred geometry. Parts of building determination is understanding what influences us, because we're not robots, we're nature. Everything grows in cycles. Energy transforms. The only constant is change, as you already know. Even sacred geometry reflects this. The Fibonacci spiral shows up in shells and sunflowers, galaxies. There's intelligence in nature, and we are part of that intelligence. And we're influenced by rhythms, seasons, spring awakening, summer vitality, autumn harvesting and inward turn, and then winter rest. The time of the day, your circadian rhythms, cortisol in the morning, melatonin at night. So determination isn't do the same thing every day, no matter what. It's work with your rhythms, not against them. I will be repeating this over and over through the weeks to come. Let's talk about the phases of a woman's life, or archetypes. Beyond monthly cycles, we move through life phases too. So archetypically, maiden, beginnings, independence, discovery. The mother, creation, nurturing, and manifestation, not just literal motherhood. And then crone, wisdom, intuition, and spiritual power. We also have the wild woman, which is between the maiden and the mother. She's the untamed truth speaker. And the maga, between mother and crone, the magical teacher or healer phase. And then the queen, sovereignty. She's living by her own values and holding her boundaries. And you can cycle these energies within 1 year or within one relationship or a creative project. It's not rigid. We're also influenced by the moon and the wider cosmos, whether you relate to that spiritually, psychologically, or just as, interesting. There's research suggesting sleep can shift with lunar cycles, and many people notice emotional intensity around full moons. And astrology gives another lens: sun signs, moon signs, rising signs, ways of understanding tendencies and patterns. You don't have to believe any of it like a rule book. The point is, understanding influences helps you work with yourself instead of shaming yourself. Sustainable strength, forcing versus flowing, and tiny habits. Durga has taught me the difference between forcing and flowing. I used to try to get my life together with strict rules and all or nothing thinking, and then I'd burn out and abandon the whole thing. Warrior strength is sustainable power. Some days are intense. Some days are gentle. The warrior doesn't force the body to perform when it needs recovery. Sustainable change comes from small, consistent actions, not dramatic overhauls. Tiny habits are powerful because they actually stick. Meditation as mental resilience. Push gently through resistance. This week, we're also building mental strength through meditation. No quitting the moment your mind wanders. Not deciding you're bad at it because you get bored. Try gently stretching your edge. If you usually do 1 minute, try staying with it a little longer. If you do 5, try 10 minutes. If you do 30, experiment with longer or add visualization or emotional processing. Always distinguish resistance from genuine overwhelm. We're building strength, not bypassing your nervous system. Meditation literally changes the brain: attention, emotional regulation, self-awareness, and it teaches you the skill of witnessing discomfort without obeying it. We'll also be doing shadow work this week. which is Jung based. And there are 3 ways to integrate it. Durga doesn't just fight external battles, she helps us face the inner ones. Jung called the shadow the parts of us we've disowned, often because we were taught they were too much or unfeminine. For many women, shadow holds anger, ambition, sexuality, power, selfishness or needs, and wildness. 3 ways to work with it. Notice your triggers, journal dialogue with the disowned part, practice small, safe integration. Ask for what does that part need of you? Maybe it wants to take up space, or it wants to take the lead, or it wants to be spontaneous a little bit. When those parts are integrated, they stop sabotaging you, and your determination becomes cleaner, steadier, and more real. Fierce mother story, firm without being harsh. This week, Durga also showed up in my parenting. The boys wanted cartoons instead of the educational game, and old me would have given in to keep the peace or gotten stressed about the battle. Instead, I said calmly and firmly, I know you'd prefer cartoons. We can watch some tomorrow. Tonight, we're choosing something that helps your brains grow. You can feel disappointed. I'll be right here with you while you feel it. Rod later said that he's still learning how to be firm without being harsh. And that's Durga, fierce love, boundaries held with compassion. And I'm learning to be strategic with my energy as well. This showed up in my wedding planning. I started spiraling into details and timelines, and then remembered Durga's wisdom. You can't fight every battle. So I asked, what actually matters? And the answer was marrying Rod in a way that feels authentic and joyful, surrounded by love. Everything else is decorations. So I delegated what I could, I simplified what I couldn't, and I'm excited again instead of stressed. I also take you through a guided meditation to meet the woman that you're becoming in the audiobook. And I think you're going to love that one. It's really powerful and very good for your subconscious. Oh, what was that? The grasshopper. Life in the jungle. So this week we also Durga in the physical world. You're going to create your sacred space with something that represents her. A red candle, a lioness image, maybe a fierce goddess symbol, something that represents her to you. A crystal, anything that reminds you that I am protected and I am powerful. Then you're going to find a power portrait. It's a photo of you when you felt strong or stable or happy, even if it was when you were a child. And you're going to place it somewhere where you can see it. Proof that you've already been her. And you're going to create a vision board for your 6-month journey and beyond. How you want to feel, your health, your relationships, lifestyle, spirituality, creativity, contribution. You're just going to start it. So you're going to think of ideas about how you're going to do it. Perhaps you're going to start gathering magazines or look at AI for generating images. And if you're ready, you're going to choose one strength building or group activity up to 3 times a week, but only if your daily movement foundation is already steady. No rushing, no pushing, only sustainable strength. There's also a beautiful ritual inside the model to help you release resistance and recommit to your highest path. It's one of those practices that really anchors everything we've been exploring. So this week, choose one small commitment you can actually keep. Not perfection, not punishment, devotion. And if you want to share something in the comments, what's one way you're practicing determination this week in a fierce love way? Thank you, goddesses. See you in the next video.